food scraps. Today's video is all about food scraps. Which does actually sound like a show where food fights each other, a literal food fight. Today, all being well, we're going to do 4 courses, starter, main, dessert, and drink. I guess a drink is a course, all using random food scraps that you've got. For me, I've not actually got the scraps, so we're going to end up eating the actual food itself, but we'll get onto that. And the great thing is we're actually going to use this for a casserole tonight. This is some broccoli. It's kind of ironic that like my non-food waste for this purpose right now is becoming the waste, but like I say, it's going to be reused. So this is going to be actually quite fun. We have got a grater here and we are going to, oh my gosh, shred this up. Oh, it's very tough. I'm not going to taste that. Obviously you can just grate the carrot, but you'll probably be using the carrot in other things. This is just purely your scraps that typically you'd throw away. So we can just like roughly chop this. And obviously you could do these separately if you just wanted to do carrot ones, or should we call them broccoli or broccoli stump? I think we're gonna go for broccoli stump. I'm gonna crack in 1 large egg, and this is gonna help sort of bind it all together. Pepper, and this is actually some Cajun seasoning from the house. I've actually had 4 tubs in there. Mrs. B was like, yep, you can take that out to the garden kitchen with you. I'm sure it's only 3 years out of date, but anyhow, we're pushing flavor in there. And the last thing is just something to bond it. And if you want, if you had potato scraps, you could use mashed potato and go like proper potato town. For me though, plain flour in batches. We want to try and get it to a texture where we can sort of shape it into like patties. So it might be a good few 100 grams, but let's just add it in batches so we have that control. We're not making a cake. Hopefully, kind of like, oh yeah, this is good. And you can do it any shape you want. You can actually make burgers. Meatballs, flatten it. I kind of want to go for like more of a flat vibe. It's still a tiny bit sticky, but that's absolutely fine because primarily my hand's a bit of a mess, but it is holding its shape. So I'm going to keep doing that, and whilst I do, I just want to say thank you so much. This is my 2nd video here in the garden kitchen. I'm still trying to get used to it, like understand the lights, understand the room, learn it a little bit, but some really, really exciting stuff ahead. Like a couple more to do, but I'll try and turn the camera off now, Ben. Okay, the only thing I might do is just give a little courtesy shimmy. Just fill those gaps and dry it out slightly more to make it slightly more easier to hold. We don't want to completely overflour it, otherwise that's probably what it'll end up tasting like. Right, pan with just a little bit of oil. Just want to shallow fry it. And for reference, whilst that is warming up, Boston is chilling out on his bed with his duck. We'll take one of these and plonk it in. Oh, look at that. We can start to flip it, and you can see already there is colour catching. Very nice indeed. Oh my gosh, it just spat at me. Oh. Is the lens all right? I'm more worried about the lens than me. That's dedication. Amazing. Look, they've puffed up massively. In tuck, they would cook far quicker, so it's a little bit more manual. Fantastic. I can't wait to taste these. The yellow chopping board is giving me like mustard vibes, so we'll have a little Dunkin' pot here. You can actually make a pesto. If you like this video idea as a concept, I could always do a follow-up, so we'll stick with our mustard. I'll try it with the mustard first, just in case I need to mask the flavour. Whoa, it's actually got like a nice sort of chewy, dense texture to it. I really like it. Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. Frying it has made it crispy, it's given it extra flavour too. But I do think a Dunkin' pot of choice. What? That's incredible. I've just eaten one, and if I'm not careful, I'll eat the rest. What an amazing start. Right, main. So last night at the supermarket, I did some dirty dancing. That's right, I carried a watermelon. I have 2 sisters growing up. I've watched that film a lot. I actually quite like it, it's not bad. I do love a watermelon. It is one of the most visually interesting things, isn't it? It does look like a bike helmet, doesn't it? I would love a watermelon bike helmet, and if that does not exist, then we should invent it. But apparently we need to peel off this top layer. Hopefully that'll fall out. Ugh, look at that. And that's a lot left over just from that one segment, right? Beautiful, all right? And I think, oh my gosh, I just got some on the lens. There's definitely a blob there. Ooh, I think my neighbour's starting up their lawnmower. If they are mowing their grass, just look at it as a delicate hum, okay, an ambience. Kind of reminds me of like little pieces of pineapple. However, this is gonna make a curry. Okay, so we're gonna make this really simple because we want the rind to kind of be the hero ingredient for this, although I really do want to put in like leftover peeled carrots and like broccoli stump now. So we've just got some coconut milk, curry powder, some garlic cloves and ginger. Oh my gosh, there was that gadget from the last video. That smells amazing, but slightly more stubborn than the garlic. But look, we've now got 2 garlic cloves and a nice piece of ginger. What does it mean that they measure ginger generally by, like, you need a thumb-sized piece of ginger? If everything's thumb sizes, that'd be amazing. You need 5 thumbs of flour. But I blooming love that gadget. Now it just looks like chopped apples with the garlic and ginger too, and the curry powder. Oh, that smells amazing. I mean, you put curry powder on anything, it suddenly just smells like curry, right? All right, so let's get this on the flame as the coconut milk in the background looks on like Akon. You get that one? That's probably an old reference now. It's lonely. It's gonna be really interesting. I've got some rice to go with it. We'll see what happens. Do you know what? It's frying up really nice. I'm just moving it around. I'm trying to just get a nice bit of color on the side. And I thought, in terms of the color, it does look slightly bland right now, and the coconut milk's probably not gonna help with that. So I decided to just peel up some more carrot, and just stir that through. I mean, it's just like little ribbons of it, but hey, that looks pretty good actually. Just wish I had some more broccoli. So that has been 10 minutes and we have got a very gentle blistering on it. The carrots have all wilted up and I'm loving that all merging together and wrapping around it. But this should calm it down. I've got a chicken stock cube and some water. We're gonna add that coconut milk in there now. Nice. Definitely gonna want it thicker than that, so I'll bring it up to a simmer, but I'm loving that there's basically food scraps in there. And I was told actually that the carrot, the outer side, the peel bit, is one of the healthiest and the most nutritious bits. I don't know if that's true, a farmer actually told me that. I'll tell you what, that has been half an hour. I've simmered it right down nice and low. It is gorgeously thickened. The stock cube's giving it a bit more colour. Look at that. Right, let's try it. I bloomin' stink of curry. The chunks of watermelon rind, the carrot ribbons, beautiful. I'm so unsure what this is going to taste like. But one little thing we can do is add some herbs on there. These are just some chopped parsley that I had lying around. Random fact for you, I always like to eat a curry with a spoon. Right, I've got quite a few chunks of watermelon on there. Ooh, that is so mild. I didn't know what to expect, and I was thinking, oh, there's going to be some sort of kick, there's going to be some sort of punch. It's kind of like the vibe of celery, like a very, very mild texture. There's hardly any sort of taste to it, yet it feels like it's serving a purpose. And I guess for that, as a vegetarian meal, it's kind of like a nice alternative. It is really delicate, like the texture of the chunk of an apple. However, there's no sweetness there. That's what I was really scared of. I didn't want it to be too sweet with the coconut milk in there anyway. But it's just mild. It's not bitter, it's not strong, but it's serving a purpose. That's brilliant. It took a blooming long time to simmer down. It stinks in here. However, we're about to make it smell a lot nicer. Coffee. So I've got to be honest, most of the time we have instant coffee in the house. However, this morning we pushed the boat out for this very video to create some coffee granule waste. So in here are some coffee grounds, our coffee that we generally made earlier. Leftover coffee grounds is quite useful. In fact, in bar stocks, they actually give these leftovers for people to put in their garden and help with other things. But we can use this for Flavour Town. So this was one of the most popular questions I had on that first video in here was, Barry, do you actually have an oven? Well, the hob I like so much, I decided to buy its best friend. It's literally made by the same company, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's got like the same buttons on it and stuff. It's basically an oven. It has all the same functionality as the digital one we got inside. It's just got like more manual knobs on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, literally it's his like best mate. They are twins. But what I've got here is some chocolate brownie mix, but I want to make it Mocha brownies. So instead of using coffee powder, you can even get coffee flavouring. Apparently these leftover coffee grounds, which I really, shall I try one? No. If we add a heaped tablespoon of leftover coffee grounds into batter, so it could be cake batter, this is brownie batter. Oh, the smell is insane. This should make the most epic mocha brownies with proper coffee that's already been brewed and grounds that are only going to be thrown out or, well, used in our garden. We've done that a few times. I mean, if you're completely coffee obsessed, you could go for like a coffee frosting as well on it. And let's be honest, the coffee grounds are probably like, hey, I'd much rather be in some brownie mix than ended up in some mud. Oh, how exciting. The only time I've used this oven so far was to basically get all the smelly glue stuff off of it when you buy something new anyway. That took an hour, and that proper honked. It's been about 10 minutes, and what I will say is the more intense scent of a curry is being replaced with the delicate waft of baked brownies. Not really a coffee scent right now, but it's looking good. Oh! I still can't smell it. This could be the worst one, but hey, brownies. All right, I want to take one from the middle. Well, I mean, it looks like a brownie. It's fudgy. We've still got those specks of coffee, yet I can't smell it. But the smell was so intense before it went in there. I mean, it looks awesome. Okay, still slightly warm. Oh, that doesn't taste like coffee at all. What? It makes it taste like caramel. Like that is not mocha whatsoever. I'm definitely getting the odd texture of the grounds in there, but it's almost like lightly sweetened, the entire brownie mix. The consistency seems slightly chewier than I'm used to, but if I was just given that and someone said that's a caramel brownie, I would completely believe them. Okay, I think that one's probably a fail, but hey, it got rid of it, right? So this last one I'm really excited for. I love fresh pineapple, but it is that stumpy core in the middle that apparently we can still use to help make a drink. And there are things you can do with the skin on a pineapple too, but not today. I've realized my gadget is now completely defunct. I just started slicing it. Okay, so what I should have done is put this part over the core like this, and ideally with the skin on. It's just a lot harder to do now because it's slippy. So we can literally see what it does with the skin off. It's actually quite interesting. It's just really, look, we're like literally removing like a wall of pineapple off of it. So I would have been able to eat all of that. Well, I've just cleared that down just to show you. Look, actually with this gadget, it's pretty cool. We can push this down and it segments. Oh my gosh. This has turned into a disaster. There we go. It basically will segment the pineapple for us. Right, I didn't really need to do that bit. It's the core that I want to get. There we go. That is a core of pineapple. Now, sometimes you might be left with this because it's actually quite firm. It's horrendous. But apparently we can whiz this up to form it part of a drink. So let me tidy all this down, put it in a bowl so we can generally have it, and then I'm going to worry about this thing. Every time I've used a fresh pineapple, I throw it away. However, apparently it is packed. Oh, it slices really well. It is packed with nutrients. Should hopefully make a pineapple smoothie. So chopped pineapple core, 1 chopped banana, some natural yogurt. You could use flavored, but I really want it natural just to see what this does. So we can sweeten it with the honey. No doubt the banana will be a primary flavor in there, but I really want to try and taste a little bit of pineapple here. So with the help of a friend, let's see if we can make this possible. Now there are a few little specks there, but that's come from the banana. And speaking of the banana, like I say, I only put half of that in there. I wanted to try and make it so that it wasn't too overpowering for this. Although of course now it has reduced my quantity. I've just brought in like the biggest glass I can find. But here we are, a pineapple core smoothie. And remember, if you want with a banana peel, you could make bacon with that. There's a previous video I've done on that. Ooh. Oh wow. You know, we talked about threads earlier, like the ginger, the threads in pineapple too. Of course, that is pineapple. It's still a core. It's got those strands in there. You're getting that texture. It is a more delicate pineapple flavor. There's less sweetness in it. It's definitely not too banana heavy. Like I'm drinking that and tasting like pineapple smoothie. I'm getting banana notes and getting pineapple notes and getting a little bit of the honey. I was actually really doubtful about this one, but that genuinely works quite well. And a pineapple core, whenever I've thrown it out, I have never ever thought about reusing it. Awesome. So there we go, 4 recipes using food scraps and a few other suggestions for future ones. If you like this idea, do let me know. In last place, it was probably the brownies. The chocolate flavor has enhanced slightly caramel notes, but not really getting that coffee hit. The pineapple smoothie is absolutely fine. I was well impressed with the curry. That was good and just kind of like a if you can imagine, like I say, apple, but without the sweetness, and just kind of mellow, so you can really drive the flavour in there. But in first place is definitely those fritters, because I've eaten quite a lot during the filming of this video. So simplistic, and you can take it so many different ways. So hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the rest of the videos on the channel, and I'll see you later. Bye. These were absolutely incredible. I could have deep fried them, I could have air fried them too. The mustard does really lift it, so any Dunkin' pot of your choice.